Okay, you guys, I've had several requests to do videos on where I scrapbook, so we're going to start with my Clip It Up, which is actually in my master bathroom. I don't have a shelf that's low enough to put it, so that's where it is. And it's got all of my flower stickers, my 3D flowers, and some of my smaller flower centers that I use. And that's basically all that's on that Clip It Up. Okay, so as we move into the next room, let me tell you a little bit about where I scrap. I am not married, so I basically scrapbook in my master bedroom. Hey, it works out, you know. If I have a restless night or a hard time sleeping or what have you, I just get up and scrap. Alright, basically what you're looking at on that top shelf is some extra lighting, some projects that I've worked on. The two pink boxes hold doodads of chipboard die cuts that don't necessarily match any particular theme. On the shelf below that, in the longer boxes that you see, are chipboard that's actually sorted. And if you'll notice, I've got labels on the front of them. I use those Post-it notes that are sticky all over to label all of my boxes. And so those are labeled by theme, such as summer, winter, boy, girl, friends, that sort of thing. On the right are basically shapes, heart, star, circle, square, etc. To the left of the boxes is a recipe box that's got page maps and that sort of thing, and then all of my software, and also a Mardi Gras mask. Alright, and as we move down to the next two shelves, the pink boxes hold my punches, the larger boxes have my border punches, the shoebox shape boxes hold my staggered flower punches and my shape punches, and the very small boxes on top of the large boxes to the left hold my decorative corner punches. To the right, in the accordion file and in the magazine holder, I've got templates. Down below that, I've got my glue gun on my plate. There's a small album, a mini album that I made that contains CDs of family photographs. Behind that, I've got some large plastic clear containers that have various die cuts in them. I actually really need to sort through my die cuts and my chipboard. The two boxes beside that are also various chipboard, and they are sort of sorted by fall, by theme, that sort of thing. And then as you move down to the very bottom, in the trunk to the left are my paper bags, envelopes of all different sizes, and library pockets. To the right of that, in the two smaller boxes, I have some Tim Holtz things, and the crop and style, I guess you'd call them 12 by 12 notebooks or whatever. Those have some projects that I have not finished yet that I've started on or that I've pulled paper for. Okay, as we move again around the room, I'm going to try really hard not to make you dizzy. But I'm also going to try to move fairly fast. Okay, as we move along here, I'm going to try to get all this in one frame. Alright, on the top above my television set, you see those boxes. Those hold my napkins, my paper napkins that I use, my embroidery floss, some of my fibers, my photo corners, some of my office type supplies such as paper clips, that sort of thing. Hush, Gabby. My art journal, my television, you see I've got extra lighting there that comes down to my scrap table. I've got a Cricut, as you can see. Below that are my cartridges. Okay, and let me just get in a little bit closer. The white box has all my black and white things. I've got some tools next to it. The Live, Love, Laugh boxes that I've got have all my Cuttlebug embossing folders, etc. And in the dresser are my 6x6, 8x8 paper pads, projects that are in progress or that I have pulled items to make projects with. Okay, so coming on around here, there's some photographs that I've taken. On that top shelf that you see, those shelves right there are some various projects that I have completed. Below that, that's my cardstock. I have that organized basically by color, but there are some exceptions to that because I do have some coordinations and some fabric on the very top to make flowers with, and also some different types of various specialty papers such as grunge paper, mulberry paper, and plastic paper. Okay, up at the very top of my armoire is also some extra lighting that comes down to my work area. Some of my 12 by 12 items, my 12 by 12 scrapbooks. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on around. Those right there are the two shadow box frames that I was telling you guys about, that I posted the video on the two 12 by 12 layouts. Anyway, I do have some photographs that I've taken posted on my walls. Okay. To the left, hanging up over the door, is all of my Disneyland papers and embellishments. We went to Disneyland a couple of years ago. I have not scrapbooked those pages yet, but I will. And then on this bookshelf, basically are my cards. In the blue boxes are my card sentiments and my colored and patterned cards. In the smaller boxes on the next shelf down are my alphas, my smaller alpha tiles, alpha brads, and just alphas that don't necessarily have matches for them anymore, but that I might use on a project here or there. Okay, on the next three shelves, the trunk-like looking boxes hold my alphas and also the longer boxes. And I have those grouped by medium, meaning chipboard, thickers, stickers, and by line. Down below that, I've got, on the right, a card kit that was a gift to me. And on the left, I've got actual cards. Okay, so every square inch of my scrapbook room is utilized, and this basically is my scrapbook table that I work at. I'm going to go ahead and move my chair out of the way so that you guys can see. Okay, there's my, I've got 3 tool caddies by the side of me that I keep there all the time. They've got all my basic tools in the blue. In the pink is all my basic adhesives. I've got my cup holder, and then next to that I've got my tiny attacher, my corner chomper. And then down below that, that's typically where I do keep my my cutter. And then in the stand-up files are my stamps and my inks and my journaling pens. And then even underneath my desk is also utilized. And we'll come over here and I'll show you that. And it's actually not a desk, it's a series of tables that I've put together. And down below the tables that I have put together, let me put on some extra light and see if that helps a little bit with being able to see. Okay, down below the table I've got some Sterilite containers, and I'll just open one of those up for you. I've got those sorted by color, and right in there are feathers and jars. Down below there, that's all flowers that are sorted, paper flowers that are sorted by color. They're basically sorted Roy G. Biv, starting on the bottom and working their way up. And then I've got some swap flowers on the top. Okay, moving around. Not going to go into too much detail, but where you see the smaller hat boxes right there, that is all of my adhesives. All my spare adhesives are basically in that. And then on the top, I've got cards that I've made. Okay, and as we move around the corner, right down here on the ground there, that's all of my embossing hat powders, my heat gun, my paint, and all of my paint medium. Okay. And I think that I'm going to actually stop right here and start loading this video, and we will come back and look at this wall in just a minute. Thanks for watching.